going to make a seashell using the new seashell frame from the Dollar Tree. I thought we could use that, some of the nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, and some of their new white burlap from the Shore Living line. This piece should definitely be big enough. And I thought it would be cool because we could make it look like a white burlap seashell with rope as the lines. It's going to kind of go with like the color of a seashell, right? But when they roll these up, they fold them and roll them, and you're going to get lots of wrinkles. And so I'm going to start this just by pressing it with my easy press iron, because I just think that's going to make it easier to put this together with no wrinkles. And this piece was plenty big enough to cover the entire back of the seashell. I also got the new mermaid reforms. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet, but those look really fun too. I hope they bring back the starfish one again this year though, because that's one of my favorites. So what I'm going to do, this is so easy. This is very similar to what I did on my honeycomb wreath that I did recently for a bee video, is I'm going to sandwich the metal wreath form between the rope and the burlap, and it is going to secure it with only having to glue kind of one side. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to use, this is the Dollar Tree rope I'm going to use. I'm just burning off the fuzzies now because I'm not going to be able to do it later. This is the thicker one. The reason I need it to be the thicker one is because I don't want you to be able to see the yellow metal reform below it. And the skinnier one, I think you definitely probably could. So it's time to start putting this together. I thought that I would do like section by section by using hot glue, and I use quite a bit of hot glue. What happens is when you glue the rope on the one side like this, the rest of the hot glue is going to seep down and attach to the burlap, therefore gluing it on and saving a step, and it's going to make it look really nice in the end. So I'm just going to do like this section. Now, when you're doing the scallop section, I got crazy and thought I could do 3 at a time, but it's really hard to get them to dry with that like scallop, pattern. So I would recommend doing one little section at a time to get that proper curvature, because I struggled there. The reason I'm doing it a section at a time with a rope like this is because I didn't want to be cutting any small pieces. Like these pieces right here would be really small if I had to cut them down to size, because I do not want to overlap the rope. I want all of the rope to be the same, like, flatness against my wreath. So I've learned my lesson. I'm doing one at a time so I can get that proper curvature there before it dries. And then we're just going to go back down to the bottom here, cutting that off and securing the side. And it's a win-win that you automatically get your burlap on there as well. We're going to speed this way up for you so you're not here all day. And on this, I'm still gluing like one section at a time. Not quite as hard on the bigger sections to get like that curve shape. And then go all the way back down to where our first section is. And then glue that and cut that down to size right there. And then we're going to do the same thing here on the top by doing the outside section. Now this is only going to leave like the stripes on the shell. And so those are the pieces of rope that we'll need to cut down. But that's going to be nice and easy because they're going to be long enough to have the little rope pieces, and they're straight lines. So that's going to be easy as well to cut. And we just glue this last piece down, cutting that one down to size. And I ended up using, I think, 2 packages of rope on this project, and then the 1 package of burlap. So I just cut that piece down, glue it down. We're going to do that with all of them because I really did not want the rope like having bumps where it like overlaps which is the reason why I'm cutting them down. And this turned out really cute. I think I'm going to use this to decorate my wall, but you could also use this on your front door. It would be really cute as a wreath for your front door, but also really cute decoration inside. So we have that first section glued down. And I'm just trying to make sure that you can't see the yellow. The yellow is not too obnoxious of a color. So if you can see it a little bit, it's not going to be real obvious. Like, I recently did one of these with that bee wreath form from the Dollar Tree, and for some reason they painted that red. I don't know why. I had to paint it black. So the middle section of the seashell is complete, and now we just need to finish it off by cutting pieces and gluing down the top part. I was a little worried that like the burlap was not going to be like really glued down well to the back, and I was going to have to glue it again, but actually it was glued down perfectly. Okay, last piece, we have our little rope seashell on top of our burlap. Just trying to clean up any strings of hot glue that might be visible. And try to clean up any dust that might have settled on there as well. So now that we have it all glued down and secure, now we can cut off the extra burlap. I'm just using scissors and trying to get as close as I can without really cutting the rope that is bordering it. And this was actually pretty easy. You just want to get as close as you can so you don't see any of that burlap peeking around the edges. The only tricky part's probably the corners. And we're going to finish cutting that out, that shape of a seashell. And this is what we have so far. Now, I thought we could probably take it up a notch and decorate it some more. This is another one of those wall charms from the Shore Living line. It's this beautiful seashell. It's like white wood with like a natural wood kind of shining through. I thought that would look really nice on there. Then I thought I could also use some of the like sand dollars from the Shore Living line at Dollar Tree. These have been hard for me to find this year. These and the starfish. People are buying them so fast. But luckily I like bought so many last year that I still have plenty. So I thought maybe sand dollar, starfish, we could do some kind of a cool pattern on here. Trying to think how much I want to have on here. I really want to just kind of decorate the bottom of my shell. So we end up deciding on 2 starfish and 2 sand dollars plus the shell wall charm. I think we can make that work like that. I don't really want it to be that symmetrical though. So I just switch them, and that makes my eyes happier. So it's just a matter of now putting it all together now that I like it. Now, actually, you could leave that tassel on there if you like that look. Looks kind of cool. I decided not to, though. So I'm just going to pop this off that hanger by pulling the staples out of the back. And I really like these wall charms. These are the same things that we use to make the wind chime with the anchor and the sailboat. And this shell is so pretty. So I think I'm just going to do it like that. So it's just now a matter of gluing it down. So I'm just going to put glue on the ropes where it needs to be to glue that to it. And then we're going to do the same thing with the little starfish and the sand dollars. These are the sand dollars that I bought this year, and they are way wider than the ones I bought last year. The ones I bought last year are gray, and I always have to paint them. So I'm glad that these are brighter. They kind of match the starfish now. And if you wanted, you could paint these like blues or something like that. That would be really pretty too. I was going back and forth about how many I should add down here. I didn't want to cover up too much of the shell, but I wanted enough to kind of make a statement. Starfish is a little tricky. You just got to figure out like which rays you need to glue down. Definitely not all of them. And here's our last sand dollar. It's super cute. Pretty much done with construction on this one. I just need to make a hanger. And we had that great wall charm, right? So let's take advantage and use that. I don't really need the tassel, but I do want to kind of leave the wood beads on there. I think that looks cool. And they already have the loop for the hanger. So I'm just going to attach that to the back of my little shell wreath by just doing a bead of hot glue along the back of the burlap and kind of gluing that to the wire underneath. And again, this is pretty lightweight. I think that's going to be pretty secure. And we have a little seashell. I think this is so pretty. I love the white burlap. I'm always looking for white burlap, so I was really excited to find some at Dollar Tree. The contrast is great with the brown rope. You could also do this reverse with brown burlap and the white rope from the Dollar Tree.